everybody, this is Brian from pnbhomesteading.com, and I wanted to give another weekly update for our indoor veggie grow tent, or vegetable grow tent. Plants are coming along, as you remember. Like right now, we've got the perennial lupine over there, and they're starting to get out their true leaves. So in another week or two, I'm going to take these flats outside, and I'll set those out to let them acclimate to the outdoors. Back here we've got our sweet leaf basil. Can't really see it, but there's another basil here. This is our Genovese basil. It's an Italian. These are our salad greens. The next set of salad greens will be moved up here to our LED salad bar grow area. Or I may just take these outside and put them outdoors and let those grow kind of in the shady areas on our deck, because we've had such a wet and wild spring and early summer here. I mean, it's not technically summer yet until next Tuesday, but it's been very wet June and cloudy, so not too much productivity for fruit out in the yard, except for the only vegetables we've got going right now are just the peas, pretty much, that have only, we've got some tomatoes that have set fruit, and there's like one or two tomatoes that have ripened that we've eaten. A small little Montesino F1 grape sized tomato. But inside the tent here we've got quite a bit of growth. We've got a lot of tomatoes. That's one of the reasons why I grow tomatoes indoors, is because as you can see over here, we've got tomatoes. We've got another red one here that's ripe, ready to go. We've got some more red that are coming on. We should be ready for this next week. And then also, as you might notice, standing the camera there for you guys, here's our indoor cucumbers. And in the back there, I don't know if I picked yet. Picked a couple this week. These are the Adam F1 cucumbers, and they're a non-pollinating variety, so you don't have to have a pollination bees or bugs to come and tickle the statum. I think that's what it's called. Statum? Whatever it is inside there, to get the pollen spread around. But they're doing real well. They're growing up in the back mainly, and there's some over here. These here don't seem to be producing anything yet. I mean, you can see there's fruit set on the ends here, so they're coming along. This is a cucumber here, so if I follow that vine, I probably could find another one somewhere in the back. There's some more red tomatoes back there I've got to hide and take before Paula finds them. But you can see the tomato plants. They're going quite crazy inside of here. There's a lot of red ones back there. You might be able to see those. With this light. You can see there's some red ones way back there against the wall. They're kind of hard to get to. But that's kind of the update for this week in the indoor grow tent. Look at this lettuce. This looks going to be great, especially for our summer salads. Especially when our cucumbers start coming in. We love to have these salad greens, growing indoors, because by the time our cucumbers come in, our lettuce production is gone, because everything bolts. And with the indoor grow tent and the salad bar LED I've got behind me here, we've got salad production all year round. So then we can actually use some of our veggies, and we're not having to go to the store and buy the organic lettuce, which in many cases is not sustainably harvested and grown, because they're using water from the aquifers and growing it in places that you shouldn't be growing it, like the Simi Valley area and all those kind of places in California where they're having water shortages. But now this year, with the huge amount of snow they had up in the mountains, they're not going to do anything to conserve that water. They're gonna do their same practices and be like, oh well, now we got plenty of water, let's just dump it everywhere, and not let the aquifers refill. I mean, I watched this one documentary not too long ago down there, and they said that the ground level in some of those central, valley, almond orchards and stuff has sank like 9 to 10 feet, just because the aquifers are drying up and they're not being refilled. So it's an interesting world, that we've got we got going here, that we need food production, but if everybody took a piece of doing like what we're doing in just our small part here, I mean, I'm trying to run this tent as green as I can try to go, because I mean, I've got LED lights, and I use timers for my water, I use timers for my heat, my lighting, my humidity. So I'm trying to make sure that I use as little resource as possible, and do it as ecologically as possible, and I use compost teas to try and boost my fertility, so I'm not using any kind of other amendments like chemical herbicides and chemical fertilizers. So hopefully I'm doing my little part to teach people that you can grow these things yourself. And by the videos I have in our yard, that anybody can grow a garden. I mean, you don't have to have a huge yard or a perfect sun profile. I mean, you've seen in one of my videos where I showed my sun profile. It's like I get maybe 6 hours of sun in our backyard, and at the height of summer I get maybe 9, because and most of that's westerly sun, so it's not the good sun. But I still manage to grow fruit and lots of vegetables. And, I hope this inspires some people to want to take up the challenge of trying to grow where they're at, even if they have a patio deck. You've seen my one garden boxes that I built. I hand built those, the rolling garden boxes, and I'm growing stuff in there. And it's not producing a whole lot this year because the soil isn't as biologically active at this point, because it was brand new compost this year. So I just kind of stuck stuff in, and I'm getting some stuff out of it. I'm getting the turnip tops, and I'm getting radishes. The carrots are kind of they're not doing too well this year, but you got to expect that when you have brand new soil. I mean, and but if you go by like the garden bag tomatoes that I've got growing out there, they're doing real well, and they're just a couple of garden soil bags that you just cut open, you put a couple of holes in the bottom, and you stick a tomato plant in it, and then you water it. I mean, and you could be producing some of your own food, and then you're lessening the burden on the food system to where you have to go and drive to the store and get this food that you don't know if it's farmed ethically, because if the workers are being paid a good living wage. I mean, and I'm not one of these people that are demanding a $15 an hour minimum wage or any of that kind of stuff, so don't lump me into that kind of group. But people deserve to make a good living wage to farm, and I figure if people can grow a lot of this stuff themselves, they're lessening the burden on that, whether you believe it's ethical or not. You're lessening that burden on that system. So well, that's kind of the update for this week for the indoor tent. Got a little extra rant there in the end, but I try to keep things fun, and we'll talk to you guys next week with another update. Looks like I got to do some trimming back there at some dead beans, or not beans, peas. Cause I grew some peas over the late winter here. You can see they're pretty much dried up. I can take those out, put those in the compost bin, or feed them to my worms. So, well, this has been Brian from pnbhomesteading.com, and I'll send another video up, and I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, bye.